Welcome to the Squirrel Head YouTube channel, and this is going to be a review and preview of Liverpool's most recent games. Now, Liverpool last night took on Bayern Munich, and when I say take on, they took them head on, pretty much almost literally. There isn't a single thing that I like a negative or anything like that that I can really, pinpoint with Liverpool's performance. The only negative that I've got, again, it's another injury. Hopefully, by the sounds of Sturridge as well, that it's not going to be a long one. But Sturridge scored a goal, and it was a fantastic goal. And I tweeted out, shades of 13-14 Daniel Sturridge. The pace, the movement, the chip. And I was like, yes, get in. He pulled up straight away afterwards, and he had to go off. But apparently it's more of a precautionary thing, something to do with his thigh. Look, Daniel Sturridge proved why, if he is fit, he can be a very big danger. He looked like he had pace that I haven't seen in about 2 years, and it looked really, really good. But let's cover that match in its entirety, because there's things that I would miss out if I just blow past that all. What a performance it was from Liverpool, and I have to say, I've been waiting for Sadio Mane to come back and partner Mane+Salah in the wing, like on the wings. Mane on the left, Salah on the right hand side, and in between was, I think it was Roberto Firmino. It was Roberto Firmino started, and it was brilliant. It was absolutely phenomenal. They were both electric, but Mane was just giving something just a little bit extra, and that's no criticism of Salah, because he was magnificent. He was at least an 8 out of 10. Mane was just that little bit of a step more, just a 9 out of 10. Like, he was absolutely, if not a 9.5, 10 out of 10. He was absolutely unbelievable. You got to look at what they were actually doing as well. The pressure that we came out and blitzed Bayern with, because to be fair, Mane's first goal was in 7 minutes. We were absolutely trying to blitz them. Now, what Bayern looked like they were set out to do was to try and contain Liverpool by having good passing possession, which, it's difficult. It can work. You have to be absolutely 100% accurate with it, not just with Liverpool, but any team that plays with such a high aggressive press. I don't think that any team, there will be other teams in the world that do it, but I don't think many teams in Europe press with the amount of press that we do and how hard we can do it when we are absolutely on it. And you saw it with the first goal. They were sort of not dilly-dallying, I don't want to say that, but they were kind of like, they were playing a little bit lackadaisically for my liking if I was a Bayern fan. And they had it just in their half, but they were just passing it around almost by the centre circle. I can't remember who Roberto Firmino nicked the ball off, but he nicked it off someone right around that area, and straight away, bang! All you see is Mane, Salah gear up and absolutely start flying forward, which is exactly what anybody should expect. Liverpool are gonna be wanting to try and nick the ball high up the field against opposition, so that they can do that. You're gonna isolate the defenders. You're gonna make them go on the back foot and realise that you've got two extremely fast players that are technically good as well, and a striker coming forward as well. Roberto Firmino lays it off, a very nice little layoff that he did for Sadio Mane. Nice pass, perfectly weighted almost, and Mane gets it on his left foot and slams it past the keeper. It's 1-0, it's 7 minutes gone. And I was buzzing because we were looking really good. Now, from that goal, Bayern did actually manage to get a little bit of possession here and there, and you saw Alexander-Arnold and Alberto Moreno, and I've got to come on to him a little bit later on especially. You saw them two getting tested. Most likely more Alexander-Arnold, if I'm being honest, because he had Ribery on that side and David Alaba. Although Alaba just ended up anywhere he wanted to be until he went off. I can't remember if he got injured or not, but he went off. He was ending up on like the left wing, the right wing, through the middle, left back, Anyway, they were getting a little bit more of the possession and stuff like that as well. But we were very, very good on the break. Anytime that we actually got the ball back off them, our first thought looked to be, how can we get that ball forward and how quick can we do it? And that's pretty much a key principal thing of the second goal. Now, the second goal was absolute class. Like Sadio Mane running towards their box. And he's running towards it, he gets into their box, he cuts back a little bit, and then just stands there. And I'm like, what what are you standing there for? He stood there for what seemed like an eternity. It was only a couple of seconds, but it was vital because right from the left of him, Alberto Moreno is streaming down the wing, and he hadn't even come into Mane's eyesight yet. Well, he did this drag back heel. No, was it? No, I think it was. Anyway, he did this drag back heel pass right into. Oh, what a pass that was. Right into Alberto Moreno. Moreno fires off a shot at the goalkeeper. It comes off. It's classic FIFA almost. It comes off the goalkeeper, and Mane+Salah picks up the scraps and he heads it in perfectly. It's 2-0, and Liverpool are well in the driving seat. And it was just really... Sadio Mane ran this show. I haven't really mentioned Philippe Coutinho. He had quite a subdued night, if I'm being honest, but he was playing a bit of a different role, I feel, in the midfield, which was a very good area that we had in general, the midfield. So we get into the second half, and there was obviously some changes to come around. You had different players coming on. I think you had Kent coming on as like a makeshift winger as well. I can't remember if he came on for Mane or not. But he came on. He comes bursting into the box. No, it wasn't. He came in. He passed it. I think did he pass it to Grujic? He was the one that maybe passed it to Grujic. I'm not sure. Might have been. Passed it to Grujic. Grujic fired off a shot. It goes in. It's 3-0, but it isn't. Because it was ruled out because of Adam Lallana being past the goal line or apparently interfering with play, which I thought was crap. But never mind, because it wasn't long until we got our 3-0. And again, I think it was Woodburn sent Daniel Sturridge through, and he was absolutely free and clear. There was no challenging him. Bayern defenders were trying to run back a little bit, but not with like busting a gut pace. And it was phenomenal. It really was. Only marred by the fact that he injured himself doing it. Was he ran forward. Goalkeeper comes out and he just chips it over. And I had shades of when he did that in the Premier League in 2013-14. It was a really, really nice goal. Beautiful goal. And then Solanke comes on, and then we just like saw the game out. And it was a 3-0 victory, which means that we now meet Atletico Madrid tonight. So, I mean, that's... Yeah, I didn't realise there was going to be this close that we were going to have to be like playing these games. But, look, it is what it is. We're playing them tonight. Atletico Madrid, I think, won their game 2-1. So you're going to see Napoli versus Bayern Munich at about 4:30 or something like that. And then after that, it's Liverpool versus Atletico Madrid. And that's going to be a tough game. Atletico Madrid are notoriously difficult to break down defensively. They've got strong defenders and a very good goalkeeper as well. I think especially if they're going to be playing, would be Oblak in goal and Godin as the standout defender. In their midfield, they tend to be pretty solid as well, and up front, they do tend to be a danger. They managed to keep hold of Antoine Griezmann this summer, which was probably vital for them as well. They've also got the old Red and the old Chelsea player, Fernando Torres, who, you know, I don't like facing him. I don't. I always preferred him on our team because he was a very good goal scorer for us up until he got really badly injured. And then he scored against us with Chelsea, which was just horrific. I couldn't take that at the time. But yeah, I think it's really going to be an important game. Just if we can build on the back of what we've done against Bayern Munich. And Bayern Munich haven't had the best pre-season. I don't know anything about Atletico Madrid's pre-season. I don't know how they've done, who have they played against, what have they won, how have they been playing. I don't know any of that. But I know that they won last night, they beat Napoli, and now we face them tonight. So it's going to be important. It's especially building up to the Champions League playoff that we've got coming up, potential teams and stuff like that. But I'm not going to do a video on that until we get confirmed who we're playing against, and then I'll do a video then. But I'm looking forward to it. If we put in any kind of performance like we did last night, especially with the forwards, and defensively, to be fair, I got to come back to Alberto Moreno. I almost forgot. Alberto Moreno had an absolutely slamming frigging performance. It was, if he'd have been performing like that since we bought him, Milner would not have been at left back last season. That was a really good performance. Don't get me wrong, I don't think that Alberto Moreno got tested as much as Alexander-Arnold did with Ribery over on the left-hand side. But Moreno did a very good job. And someone made a good comment last night, I think it was on a Redmen TV thread, saying play him on the left mid and have someone in behind him. And I'm like, I've been calling for that for so long, for him to either become a winger or something like that. Get him to be able to just be an offensive player, because going forward, you saw how ridiculous he was. That almost goal by Mane, by Salah, I should say. Alberto Moreno swings in this perfect cross, and it was just saved by the goalkeeper. There was other ones as well. That free kick that almost went in, and it was a very good free kick, up and over the wall very quickly, and it almost looked like it really scared the keeper, who really had to make a good save. Alberto Moreno, keep putting those performances in. I wouldn't want to sell you. No way. Can you imagine if we go into this next season and we've got 3 left-backs that are damn decent? It would be absolutely unbelievable if that happens, which would be obviously Milner, Moreno and Robertson. But then you've obviously got 2 left-backs there. In those 2, you could put Milner back into the midfield if need be. It's one of those things. It'd give us so many more options that we maybe didn't have last year. Anyway, my thoughts on tonight's game is it's going to be difficult. I can't call how this is going to go, but if we play like we did last night, we could have a very good game and a very good night again. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Get your thoughts in, maybe score predictions, team predictions. I can't even predict a team because obviously they're playing two nights back to back. I don't know what that is going to be like, but if you feel like doing it, get them in the comments below. Subscribe if you're new around here. Share it around if you can, the channel and the video. It'd be ever so helpful if you could, ahead of the Premier League season, when I'm going to be doing videos as I did regularly last season, I should say. Subscribe if you're new around here. Like the video. Thank you ever so much for watching, as always. And I'll catch you later.